Hey guys, Sam here. So this is gonna be episode 2 and 3. In case you guys haven't watched episode 1, it's in the description somewhere on top. I don't know how these things work. Without further ado, let's go episode 2. TheSmartLocal.com. Nice.
I'll say Sam.
Oh,
there's one more guy.
she said my name. This is gonna be my dance whenever I hear
What
it.
would happen if you put 9 strangers under the same roof for 7 days straight? I also don't know.
Why
Thanks,
you don't
strangers.
know? Wow, this voiceover person, seriously, the more I hear it, the more I'm like, wow, good Commentary, Fauzi, Leah, Amanda, and Devika. Since this is episode 2, no more introductions already. It's gonna be like, this is when the show really starts. Floats, yes. Wow, the floats. Wow, man. This walk. If you watch carefully, I mean, you can see Brandon laughing, right? Because in the show, we had to walk like a few times. And each time Brandon will be behind me and he will be like, Sam, why are you walking like that? And I'm like, what? Like what? It's the way I walk. So if you look, right, I think this is like our 3rd or 4th take walking already. We had to walk several times, lah. Then he's laughing, lah, basically. You can see him laughing. Look, I can't walk, lah. Look at the way I walk. Look at the way I walk. It's not great. It's like a robot.
Singles. One week up.
Wow, this announcer is quite good. If you see over here, right, only Gary and Oliver are doing the Brandon and I are like, what are you doing? See, I look over, I'm like, what are you doing?
There's a lot of cameras and at the same time.
There were a lot of cameras. Y'all keep in mind, this is like 9 a.m. in the morning. We never eat anything yet, never eat breakfast. The sun is out. And this is like our first ever activity, you know? They were like, we did our introductions and everything, right? And then straight away, okay, you guys are going Wild Wet. And then we're like, what? So it's like, we barely know each other and we had to like, and we're barely clothed, cameras all around, and we had to do this.
So they need to collect 5 each.
There's a lot,
right?
sir. If you see over there, I dive in, right? Because I wanted to be dramatic and all that. And I thought the rest of the guys would dive in. So when I looked up after I dove in, right, I was like, wait a minute, everyone's running. So I just stood up there after I ran as well. See? I wanted to make it like a dramatic, like, woo. The floats are very hard to find. In the chaos, right, then you see the colors. No one say my name, sir. No one say go Sam. I remember going in, right, the first float that I saw was Gary's float and I was like, Gary, take. Then he was like, oh, thanks, man. Yeah, at this point, Brandon and I are tied. 2-2.
Running against the current is damn tiring.
Running against the current is damn tiring, sir. So I got 2 floats right now, right? When I was running back, right, I was like, oh, Lord. Come on, Oliver. Gary just comes out of nowhere with 4 floats.
Either he is showing off or 2 he's really strong.
Say showing off. That was a good job by Brandon. Brandon won this round. Honestly, right, this challenge wasn't based on who was like well built or who was the fittest, right? It's really when you run in, right? If you run into one side of the pool and your float is on the other side, right? You're screwed lah, basically. You confirm cannot win one because it's damn tiring to go all the way there when the tsunami and everything is happening. I think what Gary and Brandon did was right. They just like gathered all their floats at once and then they just went lah.
We thought Sam would not be.
I am quite competitive.
Whether it works or not is a different thing, and it didn't really work that much.
I mean, it didn't work because it's really anybody's game.
Yeah, like he did it out of the tsunami pool.
We could do that. I didn't know we could do that.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember from my POV, I shouted, hey, let's go, Casey. Then she turned around and she was like, and then all 4 guys were like, okay, Casey and Ross did a dive. Because there are 5 of them, right, and the guys there were 4, right? So theirs is more chaotic.
Right. It is actually harder than it seems. The way in front of me.
Danya, you're Danya!
I love Brandon. Look at the way he said this, right? He said it with so much passion. It's like, you're done, yeah?
Danya, you're Danya!
Oliver and I straight away turned and be like, dude, the fact that Dion got 1 and she said that she couldn't swim, right?
Casey, that's good, huh?
Casey damn good. Casey works out. She goes for spin class. She boxes, I think. I wanted to do that. That looks like fun.
I would love to technically get to know her better and like spend more time with her. So
Hey, yo, this is Oliver! I remember Atika was like, huh? I win already? Because all the girls were like struggling to get started and then she was just like nonchalantly walking back and she was like, huh? That's it? Strong.
We say he don't know what he's doing. We actually know what he's doing.
They were all just sitting there and I just go and high-five them lah. The girls were sitting there, the guys were like standing behind, just standing around, and I just got to high-five them lah.
And I actually put my money on Brandon.
Never put my money on me. I think this is like the first scene where you can hear like the CCTV and like you can actually see, and it's damn clear. So we didn't know that the audio would be this clear because we were talking a lot of things that cannot be shown. That's quite mean lah, I would say.
Honestly, if you give me a choice to say the girls or go on a date, I would prefer this. Hey! Oh no!
This is where Ovila asked Dion whether like he can steal her.
Hi.
Alright, oh.
Can I see you for a few minutes?
Yes!
Yeah.
We were telling Oliver lah, because Oliver is very chill. So Oliver wanted to go and ask Dion to talk. And then he was like, hey, how should I say it? Then I was like, dude, you know what you need to do? You go up to her and you say, can I steal you for a moment? So that's why he actually said, can I steal you for a moment? And if you can hear, right, you can hear me shout, yes! Because I was like, yes! In the background.
You for a few minutes.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Because I was like, that's my boy, Oliver! Do that thing with his collar. What is he doing?
Look at his body language.
He's like, "Nee." A minute ago she said that she wanted to stay with the girls, but then now she says she's excited. You see Brendan in the background, right? He was doing all that kind of stuff. Because we were like, Brendan, go get it, Brendan. And he was like, yeah. Well, I remember when he walked out with his outfit, we were like, hey, dude, you look good, sir. If I'm not wrong, they had to film this like 2 or 3 times or so. So they had to go inside. Then if they had to retake, then they had to go another round, do the whole entire thing again. Took my breath away. Oh, look at that smile. I think this was like East Coast Park.
First date.
Cheers to a first date. Of many dates, you mean?
Yes, I think so.
Right.
Chanos! Damn, you hear that crunch? That was a great crunch.
Can I look older than you?
It's the voice lah. It's because Brendan's voice is very like, you know, like... Oh, this is our first chat together.
Oh no, we're just shouting just to pretend like Brandon is.
We were shouting because
Yeah.
Atika was trying different outfits.
We heard the girls scream lah. Because the walls are really thin. Our apartment was at the end of the hall. Theirs was like right at the lift. So it's like a few doors down. But we could still hear all like the screaming and all that lah. So that's why when Brendan came out, then we were like, ah! Brendan! You look so good!
We need space now.
Brendan's so charming.
So do you want me to go?
Just go only lah, Brendan. Go only.
Yeah, he seems to be a genuine nice guy.
Yeah.
He is. The commentators are spot on lah. Yeah. It does, exactly. Thank you, Fauzi.
Pineapple's my favorite fruit, but it doesn't belong to pizza.
No, it's because the internet tells you that it doesn't belong in pizza. Pineapple is great.
That's a deal breaker for me. Big red flag.
No, you are a big
Because
red
it
flag,
adds
Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, we all at the same time. You can see Oliver is really nervous because he keeps doing this like he needs something to touch, or like he's a bit closed off, he's a bit reserved.
It seems like Dave, you're joining Team Oliver and Dion, yeah?
I mean, whether
Olivion. Devika's on Team Olivion.
Who knew a deck of cards could have the power to make us bare our souls and emotions?
What's the hardest part about dating you?
Sometimes I struggle to stay present. I try, but it's just sometimes it's quite difficult.
I think so far you've been very present.
Ayo.
Thank you.
I was diagnosed with ADHD a few years ago, and because I go to therapy, right? So my therapist was like, hey Sam, you seem to zone out a lot. And then I was like, isn't that normal? And then she was like, no. And then she made me take like a questionnaire, and then I filled out the questionnaire with all the questions and everything. Questions that made a lot of sense to me. When I was done, she was like, yep, you have ADHD. And then slowly everything started to make sense. Like throughout my life, I was thinking to myself, like, people would bring up the fact that sometimes it feels like I don't listen to them. It feels like I'm looking around. It feels like my attention isn't on them. And that sometimes I just zone out and I cannot focus. And people will ask me, how can you cannot focus? How can you do that? I'm just like, isn't it normal? But it's not lah. That's ADHD for me. So my entire life, I didn't know I had it. Yeah, it's just sometimes it's just very difficult to be present lah.
See, when my grandparents passed away, yeah, it was the hardest because they were like I wrote songs about them.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's a great way to
like,
deal with
express my
grief.
feelings, and every time that I write another sentence, I'll start to cry.
Yeah, in that moment it was a really sad thing to hear.
independent.
Yeah, Atika's independent. I think that's Brendan's defense mechanism. It's just jokes.
I do grow up
I feel
with
him lah. I feel him on that.
Like, the
I
people
definitely do
that-
that quite a bit. Brendan seems like he is prepared for dates. Like he asked her, where was the last place you traveled to? He asked you what was your worst trait. Like he has all these questions that he goes to just to get to know the person better. I think that's a great thing. For me, I feel like Brendan carried the day lah.
Sam, he's older than you.
Yeah, he is, but like
Brendan always say that I'm old walao eh. Brendan during the show, he will call me Papa Sam. He come to me for advice everything, but he will always exaggerate the fact that I'm old. You look at the way he say he's older than you.
He's older than you.
yeah, he is, but like I don't know. I just
Hey,
feel
Brendan,
like things are really exciting because
Taking note of what she's saying, he asks follow-up questions. So he's like diving deeper into the things that she's saying.
That basically means that Brendan's a great listener lah. He's very attentive. He is interested in what the person is talking about, and he genuinely wants to get to know the person lah.
start in him lor, maybe. I mean, nothing wrong with like making
How's
it
this
clear,
like,
I guess. Yeah, you like to be alone. He's like, you're alone.
Yeah, it's funny. Seriously.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, he could also like do it in a funny way. Like that was not offensive at all.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like,
It wasn't.
You know.
But she like did.
I mean, I have high hopes that
I think it's quite. Got fifth guy, is it?
We would be like, hey, got fifth guy or not? Hey, there's a fifth guy, right? Then the producers would be like, no. Yeah, that happened for like the first day. So that's why all of us were wondering lah. There was a lot of talk about whether there'll be a fifth guy or not.
In the next episode of 1 Week Love.
Wow, this Love Cupid is damn good. I love that. That's me! Yeah, that's the second episode of 1 Week Love. I think I'm gonna go ahead and watch the third episode as well. Let's go into the third episode. TheSmartLocal.com. This is episode 3 already. We're moving along.
For this exciting episode of 1 Week Love.
Wow, this voiceover person didn't funny though.
Danya.
Danya?
Because I think I'll just be laughing the whole time.
Danya? Danya laughing the whole time.
She's so confused. Like, really? Danya?
Yeah, she was just doing it all the time.
Really?
I realized my flaws. I became lazy, stuff like that.
That's a big sign of maturity when you can say your own flaws and admit them, especially on camera, especially to somebody you've met for the first time. You can say out your flaws. I think it's a big green flag. My Ross got scared. This screaming is very loud. I know the audio doesn't seem that, it seems quite loud, but this is louder in person. We could hear it all the way from the end of the hallway. If you read the subtitles, they'll say, hey, we are supposed to... So, I mean, we already saw Brandon lah. So for the camera, we were supposed to like wait for Brandon to open the door. So he would be inside the empty house and then we will come inside. So I was like, wait, we're supposed to like pretend. That's what I wanted to say lah. And then we come here and be like, hey, Brandon, we didn't already see you. He said it's so tired it's because we were up since 5 a.m. in the morning. And this is like 9 or 10 already. I remember Brandon was gone for quite a while lah. So that's why he would say he's so tired. Because we were filming the entire day lah.
I just see Oliver's cleavage at this point.
Oliver's cleavage is there. Pizza was from the date. He brought back food for us. I remember the pizza was there for like a few days because each time like the girls would open the fridge and be like, hey, why got pizza? The crew would open the fridge and be like, hey, why got pizza? So the pizza was there for like almost a week. But Brandon was nice enough to bring back so we can eat lah. I mean, you can see Gary's face. You can't see Brandon's face, but we all were very puzzled because usually when I knock on the door, we thought it's like the producers would tell us to go do something or film something. So when we heard the laugh, we were just like, oh, what's happening? And they had so much energy. The guys were like dead at that point already. So, oh, that's Doreen. Hi, Doreen. I think it didn't occur to us that the guys and the girls could hang out because after activities, the guys would go back to the room, the girls would go back to their own room. So this was like the first time we all hung out together and they were like, hey, you all want to come over? And we were like, okay. They asked me to bring my guitar lah. I mean, I'm the guy who brought the guitar on the show lah. And every show there's that one guy. Brandon also got say like every show, every time there's always this one guy who bring the guitar. That's me. Yeah, because Ollie sings also. So I wanted to hear Ollie sing and then we were just discussing keys lah. But they didn't put inside that Ollie was singing. Ross was really into it. I've never heard Ross sing, so at that point when I heard her sing, I was like, oh, wait, where's this coming from? I even got chills now. Great voice. Great voice. Dion's reaction. I remember from my point of view, I just saw Dion like fly backwards and then Casey was like, what? Casey was really enjoying herself over here. This was the night where, I mean, it's the first night I knew, this was the night where everybody kind of opened up because it's the first day, so everyone's still kind of new to each other. And when we all sang together, everyone was vibing, everybody was like having fun. And then that's when Casey really started to open up. So that's why you can see her reaction is quite strong. Ross did the... Oh, that's so nice. It's a small guitar. The guitar is right here, by the way. This is the same guitar I brought on the show.
I feel like a musical connection is a very strong connection. I think
Look at Ollie. He looks like he's drunk. He's like, Sam, keep playing. Yeah. So he's gonna fall asleep anything. Gary's so into it. This is when Ross came to sit beside me. I didn't even realize. I was just like happily posing for the photo. At this point, all of us were damn tired. Vinia B!
I think those level of these are old-fashioned.
I mean, it's not a bad thing lah. It's just different. It's just different people get along differently lah.
She not go after your man. She go after another man.
I'm that other man. I see Gary wearing a shirt and jeans and I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Like the contrast.
Hey, I realized this for fifth guy. For this,
You see there's a silence because I think at that point we were like, yeah, confirm got fifth guy already. Honestly, right, to me it's a very petty thing. It's a very small thing that was kind of blown out of proportion.
The dining area.
This announcer tell me to do something, I'll sure do it.
But don't burn the kitchen down, please.
It sounds
No,
delicious,
no
but
promises.
Who can cook?
That's what I said!
Play cooking mama. That helps.
I played Cooking Mama.
A very mean steak. That's my kitchen.
Why are your steak so mean? This should be a nice steak, right? Don't so mean. I think the reason why I laugh so hard is because all the rest are them serious. Like they got all of that like their host presentation type like PR professional image. Like, oh look at all the ingredients. I need Dion just these nuts, and I was like, I just died at the back lah.
Appropriately.
See Casey also dying.
Sam can cook because he had instances where he actually do whip up some dishes. Like,
Really?
First there were times where I was like running around at the back pretending to do something. I run into Brendan and he'd be like, hey, this is not anything.
I feel like I need to say that these cooking scenes, right, just pure chaos lah. It was so hectic, everybody running around. And because all the crew was like occupying the rest of the stations, right, and they were all facing us, right, so we only had that little space, and you get 9 people in a little space. Wow. At the back, I'd be like, okay, they're cutting stuff, they're cooking stuff. Then I just be like, okay, I'm gonna wash stuff. But then, when I go and wash stuff, Brendan will already be washing things because, you know, he likes things being clean lah. And then he'll be like, Sam, you're not doing anything, right? I'm like, no.
It's kind of weird though because it was so spicy.
He said that. That's the best moment of the series so far. He's so offended. I can never forget this side. The look of the rice when Atika first showed me. It was great. You can see Casey at the side, like she had instructions, and then because they were in charge of the rice one, so they were like, look, she's pouting at the side. Ayo, poor thing lah, Casey. Yeah, she was like looking at the producers, and basically all the producers and the camera crew were just all laughing lah.
I think I ate here 3 over 10.
I think looking back, right, like seeing as how well we made the chicken and everything and all the rice, I think we ate 2 over 10. Oh, I got chills. I'm waiting for this moment. Donovan! I like Donovan. Donovan's great.
I play basketball with my friends. Once in a while we go.
We play basketball.
Yeah.
Fauzi, relax, Fauzi.
First impressions.
I would see personality first, right?
She can barely breathe.
I actually forgot to add, I actually am very attracted to tattoos.
Ah! Did he just wink again? Wait. He winked again!
I think Sam will be quite good.
Yes.
Because you have this very stoic face. I think instead.
This is the first time Ross and I talked on camera, like together one-on-one.
I admire the way you play your guitar. When you play, it's
But I think with my guitar, it's like, oh, this is me, you know. I'm really happy. I am. Feel so comfortable.
It was the first time we kind of had
That's what I said.
it's like,
Ayo. Thank you. Wait. Wedding! I feel like we skipped a few steps. That's Don lah. Don has no filter. So that was like our first impression of Don, for him to say that he's nasty. For me, it's okay. For me, it's fine. But I think it rubbed the girls a bit wrongly lah.
So the winner of this gets to go on a date with.
Brendan, I got your joke. You don't have to face palm, man. I got you. That's a funny joke.
I would rather take Sam.
I would rather take Sam.
Nah.
Rather take me?
The guy, yeah.
The guy. They forgot his name already, sir.
When Don touched her, at least she saw.
When Don touched her, at least she saw. Casey, can you verify that? This gym is right opposite Life where we were filming. It's really like, you walk out of Life, right? The gym is just right there. So this walk, right? We had to do this walk twice because I messed up the walk lah. They were explaining, okay, this is how we all want you to walk. And I completely didn't listen. So when I was leading, right, I just anyhow walked. Then they were like, no, Sam, no, wait, cut. Then they were like, Sam. Then I was like, sorry, I wasn't listening. And in this walk also, Brandon was like, Sam, why you walk like that? And also, see, Don is not a short guy. Don is like 1.7 plus, which is average for a Singaporean male. Not even Brandon and I. You look at Gary and Oliver, they are like 1.8 plus, they're on par. But you look at Don. Don later on told me that, walao, the first shot we all stand together, I had to stand beside you. It's quite funny because look, he looks so small. But he's not small. That's fair. I mean, if it's not your type, then you have to force things. You know? People would just be stopping there and then watching us. So it was quite public because it felt like we were in like a cage, so people just stop and watch. I just my body spoiler. Right? Her face. Wow, that form, no. You see the ropes, the way the ropes move. That's damn nice.
And the team advancing to the next round is the one on the left.
That's me. That's our team.
Oh no, they have to swim.
They win actually.
Yeah. It's true. I was like, what? We have to swim? We gotta get in the water? It's so weird to see Don doing his interview because like this is like his first interview that he's doing, and it's just so this swimming pool is within the compound, so it's just right outside the gym lah. So the same gym that we went to, like right outside live. Okay, so how the game goes is that you see us looking at this like structure. So we had to look at the structure, right? We had to swim towards the middle, grab the Lego blocks, swim towards the end, and then we will use the picture as a guide lah to build our structure. And the first person who builds their structure wins a date. The thing is, when we grab our Lego blocks, right, we don't know whether it's ours or not, so we could grab the wrong ones. We just had to go based on what we think the colors are. So if I see like some colors there and I see it matches with the blocks in the middle of the pool, right, then we just need to grab it and go lah. Wait, I'm gonna pause here. Wait. You've seen me do that. Oi! It's because when we were about to start, right, the girls were like, oh, we cannot swim, we cannot swim. Then Don and I, we were just saying to each other, okay, let's all chill, let's all just walk, like, because they cannot swim, right? So you just want to make it fair, right? So when the thing started, right, the girls just zoomed off, and then Don and I were like, wait, I thought y'all cannot swim. That's why you can see me over there like, oi, what are y'all doing? Like, we both were just like, huh? Now you see Don and I just chilling.
What is happening?
I can't explain. So running in water is quite tough. So I was like, you know what? I have long legs. I'm just gonna take like bigger strides, and that's the way it looked underwater. I completely forgot there was a cameraman in the water, so I didn't think that anyone would see it. That's it. Oh, this is why I swim back. Ross got it.
I never thought Sam was interested in Dion.
I don't think she's interested. It's not about
friendship.
interest. Yeah, it's just
Okay,
it's a nice person. It shows.
Right?
Aw.
I feel right.
Thank you. Dion was beside me. If I'm not wrong, all her pieces just dropped out. I think you can see in the middle of the pool. When we were assembling the piece, she was just beside me. So I could hear her say like, oh, I only got 3 or 4 pieces. I knew that Dion couldn't swim well, so I just went back.
Batik painting session.
Batik painting session. I don't know what that is like. What? Who did she pick?
Jonathan!
Who did she pick?
Watch.
I wonder who she picked. Oh well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will see you all for episode 4. Bye.